Since 2023, around that, newsletter became the next big thing. Like it did like a huge comeback like it was before. And I think newsletter is still one of the strongest channels that you can work with. Why? Because if you use Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, when you post something, some people are going to see that and some people are not, because your algorithm will just not expose you to these people. It might expose you to new audiences, which is nice, but you might even have 20,000 people following you, but because you're not active, it's going to show you to a few people. The nice thing about a newsletter, that if you have 20,000 people in your newsletter, people will always see what you're going to send them. And now you're going to say, nobody read newsletter anymore. But you can say this also around social media. It's the same type of thing. If your social media post is not good, people are not going to read it. And you will not even get a chance for new people to read it because the algorithm won't let you. And that's the nice thing about newsletters. And I would like you to make newsletter part of your workflow. And it should also be very simple. It shouldn't be so hard to go and send a newsletter. Your newsletter can actually look like a social media post. It shouldn't be too hard. And today I want to show you how you can very easily start a newsletter and then schedule all your posts with Postiz. Very easy. So let's get into it. So newsletters are actually not so cheap. I've been using Beehive for the last 3 years maybe. And since I've passed their 15K subscribers per month, I'm already paid them $169 per month. This is a very high price, and also they're not so good with everything connected to a headless websites or SaaS and so on. So I had like some weird combination in order to put them in. There are other alternatives, but if you actually match the pricing of all the alternatives, they're all sitting on the same thing. And it's not really sustainable, at least not for me. I think it's like really expensive. So a week ago I decided, okay, let's see what I can do. And I started to check different kind of solution, let's say like loops.so, which is great for sending email plus headless and so on, but they're all even more expensive than Beehive. And then when I wanted to add Beehive to Postiz, I've seen that they allow people to use them only if they have the enterprise version. I don't know how much it costs, but I guess a lot more than what I'm paying right now. So I need a solution, and my solution basically is to use my own newsletter. Why do I need to pay for something expensive where there is like a very good open source alternative you can host in a minute and you will pay almost nothing? So let me show you step by step how you can start this whole open source thing. I'm using Railway, but it's super simple and you should definitely do it. I'm using it now for Postiz. You can also connect it later to Postiz and schedule all your emails from there. So let's get to it. So first of all, I'll go into my dashboard and Railway. You have to register, log in, and so on. The typical process. You can use other services like Coolify, Hetzner, and so on if you are more technical, but I think Railway is one of the easiest one. You shouldn't think too much. So you literally go here to your dashboard, open any project you have, create a new project, and so on. You can also use the free tier, and you can just click on create. You can click on a template, and then on the template just write ListMonk. You just write ListMonk, you click deploy, and here you see it asking you for the admin username, so you need to add in your username, but that's it. Super simple, and you have a newsletter of your own just deployed on your system. It's not as robust as MailChimp or Beehive or Sendinblue and so on, but it does the purpose that you really need. Get people to register to your newsletter and then send them newsletters later. That's all. You don't need more than that. So once you do that and you deploy, you will see this. So you can see I have my ListMonk here. When you go here into settings, you can see that I actually connected a domain to it. So I have mail.postiz.com, which is my email that I can log in into it and so on. Now let's open it. I have a nice login. Okay, not the most beautiful design, but it works. cool. I mean, so you can see this is connected to Postiz. Postiz have 13.53K subscribers. And that's it. And now ListMonk is here deployed. Now ListMonk is basically just an orchestrator. So it can send all these emails for you, but it still needs to connect into an SMTP server. And this is actually what I like the most. You might not understand this if you're not super technical, but this is actually pretty cool. Like imagine Postiz. Postiz send tons of email all the time about notification of your post being posted. And because this is such a good email, people are opening it because they want to see what opened, what wasn't opened, what were like spam and so on. And this actually marked my emails as not spam. Now, how do I send all these emails? So far today, I'm using resend.com. But actually, if you think about it, where is your newsletter sitting if you don't use Resend, for example, as I use? So maybe it's sitting on Beehive, maybe on MailChimp, and so on. So each one of these provider that you use a different SMTP server and a different email to send your emails. It's a different DMARC and a different DKIM. There's different things, different technical stuff, but basically it means that maybe your product notifications are not reaching spam, but other notification will reach spam from Beehive and so on. Now, when you're using this thing, you can make sure you send all your emails from one place, all of them through your SMTP provider. So let's see how you can configure that. This is very simple. I'm using Resend.com. I have Postiz here connected to me. You just go in, there's like a very nice onboarding, very easy. You can connect your email provider, and then once you are in Resend, you can go here over to settings, SMTP. You copy the SMTP key that you have, the port, user, and password. When you create an API key here in the menu, you will get an API key, so you just put it there. When you go to ListMonk, all you need to do is go to settings. You click on the settings, and then you can go to SMTP. Inside of SMTP, you just need to put here, so I put smtp.resend.com, the resend, the password, just some configuration, start TLS here, skip the TLS verification, max connection, and so on. The most important thing here is here in performance, you put concurrency of 2, a message rate of 1, because Resend has a limit that it can send only 2 emails per second. So just use this configuration, it's good enough. Okay, so once I did that, look what I have here. I created here templates. So I have a welcome email, you don't need that, but you have the other one, which is the default template. So let's open this one up. Let's see the preview. So you can see I have a small preview, hi there, subheading, and some text. And here unsubscribe and view in browser. And you can see it's just like a content here, a template with content, my name, founder of, unsubscribe email, and how to access the mail in the browser. Because I'm using Postiz, I have a headless mode, so I have some configuration to open this inside the Postiz news. So I have this already right now, and now when I go to my platform, so I go to Postiz, I can basically connect my channel of emails. So how do I do that? First, in ListMonk, you need to go to users. In users, you need to create a new user. You need to say this is an API user, okay? Not anything else. You put your username. I will just put here API. You put the name, you click save, and it will give you a password. Once you have that password, all you need to do is go to Postiz, add a channel, click on ListMonk, and then you can put here, I have mail.postiz.com, and you can see this is the email coming from my URL because this is how I configured my emails. I put here my username, so it's API, and then now I put my password, and then just click connect. Sorry, let's put here HTTPS connect. All right, connecting me, and it's connected. So once I click connect, you can see already that I have Postiz here connected, and let's do a small test. So I'll go back to my newsletter, and I'll create a new list because I don't want to send, just to show you, I don't want to send so many emails. So let's create like an empty list. Well, just one subscriber inside. Let's make it public, single opt-in, it's okay, and I'll just click save. Now inside this one sub, let's add one of these subscribers that I want. So For example, probably I have one of my, so I'll just take one of my emails here. So let's click on this one. I'll do an edit and I'll just click on one sub. I'll just edit there. Okay, so now if I go back to all my list, you can see one sub inside. Now, let's just like create a new post, and I'll select ListMonk, and I'll say, hello, you must read this email. This is the content, right? This is the body of the email. And in the settings, I can say, you have to, and in the preview, see this. And this is nice because I configure the preview to see only the preview and not the content of the body of the email. Now let's select a list. So the list is one sub as we created, and template, we'll just do the default one. And let's just post it right now. Okay, good. I just posted it. Let's see my email. So as you can see here, we have, you have to see this. I open this one, and hello, hello, you must read this email. And you get this email, and this is on the inbox. And what is so nice about it? You can actually put it in your workflow with your other stuff. So I can schedule a post for Blue Sky, my LinkedIn, and ListMonk. And each one of them will have a different message. So when you globally editing this news from Postiz, now you get to post in all of them at the same time, and I can just go to ListMonk, edit it, and add whatever I want in this channel specifically. And the other one will be more like a social post. And this is the easiest way for you to manage your newsletter with all your social posts together to create like an amazing launch. So try it, see if it works for you. If you have a specific provider you would like to test, something like MailChimp or Sendinblue or something like that you are using, loops.so, let me know in the comments, and we'll see if we can actually implement this also, because Postiz, open source, everything is super easy to implement. So please let me know. And of course, like and subscribe to this channel.